I think, a design that we thought was quite cool. The Solo Shuffle PvP Brawl. So let's take a look at this. This is from Morgan Day. We're introducing a new PvP Brawl with the Eternity's End update as our take on what solo queue in World of Warcraft could look like. It's called Solo Shuffle, and we want players to give us feedback and see if it's a feature we could permanently add. The idea is we take 6 players, throw them in a pool, and then have them fight in 3v3 arena matches in every possible combination you could form among those 6 players. The one with the best rating at the end essentially wins. We think it's a unique solution, instead of trying to come up with some matchmaking system that can understand meta group compositions. So, it's interesting. That means for everyone, there'll be a time where it's like, oh, well, we're scuffed in this comp.
Yeah,
or,
done for.
Okay, bit in the back foot, but we could make the play. It could be interesting. And actually, maybe this is something to discuss. In a world where sometimes, the way in a lot of games, there is the mathematical meta, or the very mechanical truth meta of objectively what is best.
And then the experience one.
Then there's the experiential meta of what's actually played. How do things kind of actually work? What are the community's self-set standards? What are the community's perceptions and beliefs? And if you have this weird situation where it's just absolute madness.
Yeah.
And does that actually mean that all of these off-meta, oddball comps are going to be tested through this system? And we could start to have some more interesting things appear. And then I also look at this and I kind of think, okay, I wonder if you could end up doing a solo queue that almost feels like sometimes you're playing Halo and you want to just go into, Team Slayer, and that's all you want to do. But sometimes you just want to go and do one of those crazy Rumble playlists that's just a whole bunch of crazy shit. So could there end up being something where it's queue up and just into the mosh pit you go? Don't know. But look, I think this is a novel solution. A lot of people are going to look at this and probably think, no, we want what we asked for. It is solo queue. And I totally understand why, people could be like, okay, well, it's not. Well, yeah, I can understand that. And maybe people saying, no, we really would like to have a queuable solution. And perhaps that's something we can do in the future. I think one thing, though, one of the reasons you do 3v3 is to get some conquest points. To get some more PvP gear. I think this is going to have to give you conquest points.
Almost. It'll definitely have to.
Like a decent amount. So you can actually go and do a whole bunch of it. Maybe it's not going to be the most time efficient, but I do think that this is something that should be done for that. And I also think that they should try to build robust social features into this, because this could be a really cool way for the PvP community to find more teammates.
Yeah, because you can see the potential immediately where it's like, holy shit, we just played a 3v3. You two were amazing. I never would have thought of this comp in my entire life, but I think we've got something here. We just beat 2 extremely meta comps. Well, no, it's supposed to be. We just beat an extremely meta comp, the specific combination of 3. Just beat the other people, and they were good as well because we've played with them, so we know they're good. We could be onto something here.
Yeah.
And that would be a great natural way to do it. But it's the same, because I saw that a lot back in the the League of Legends days whenever I followed that game pretty well. And it was always just a constant back and forth between, here's the meta, people design a counter to the meta, people design a counter to that meta, and it's just cyclical because of how actual gameplay worked.
Yeah, the community ends up diverging in a funny direction.
Yeah, because not everyone, because obviously in draft mode you can't have mirror games. So it wasn't just, the meta champion every lane. It was, well, that team has the meta selected, so we have to counter meta. And that almost, obviously it doesn't force that, because you could just have, the combination of, you could have 2 or 3 classes being every role there. But that's basically exactly what you want to see. It's a form of natural growth. It's just a problem that, we'll have to see how many people actually do it. But that's
the worry with it being a brawl. I actually think, hey, Blizz, you know what? I'm going to say, be ballsy. Yep. Make this a new button in PvP. Because if this is just a brawl and it's there for 2 weeks and then it's gone and we don't see it for a few months, we're not going to get a good shake of it. I think this needs to drop Conquest, maybe make it so that it's 20% less time efficient or whatever.
Maybe more.
Maybe whatever, but
to get people in there.
Make it be something that you can run for a whole patch. Get all the data you need. Because, see, for 2 weeks, maybe people are going to think, oh, 2 weeks. Okay, we'll do it. And then you'll get some bad data. Or maybe people will think, oh, 2 weeks, new format, have to learn stuff, meet new people. Couldn't be bothered.
No.
So just put it there like it's a feature and actually see how it'll do. And seriously, with the brawls, what I really want to see in the future is, because anytime I do BGs, I have fun in the BGs, but it's like I don't always have reasons to do them, and they kind of feel like a bit left behind as a feature sometimes. But like, your brawls are really cool. A lot of them are really cool. I would like to start to see more of these things be regular parts of PvP. Like Comp Stomp. Let's build that out into its entire own mode. Like, let's go.
Yeah.
Let's give it what it deserves. So I think there's great potential for a kind of a WoW PvP that would appeal to the non-arena crowd. Because even for me, this appeals to me a lot more, because, to be honest with you, the idea of just always playing the meta comp and catching up with it in that way, it's like, no, that just isn't me. What I want to do is I want to do rated PvP on my character. So it's not me, the player, choosing from a list of tunes the one that I want to do mechanically. It's like, I want my character to do PvP. And that is what this system is. So I think this is really cool. Props to whoever came up with it. It's a very novel solution to a hard problem, and I really want to see it succeed, and I want to see the PvPers just get more love, get more cool stuff. And it's really cool here that one of the big things the PvPers have cried out for a long, long, long time, I know it's a bit late, but they're not just giving you a lazy thing. They've tried to design a new novel way to do it. So take them at their word. They've put effort into this, I think.
Yeah. Now, if they can put a lot of effort into the PvP design, and balance, then, I feel like as a community, we generally see them as having a long journey. I think for hardcore PvPers, they have an even longer journey to get back into the good books. But I mean, if this isn't a good sort of, hey, I mean, almost as if you're trying to like train like a stray dog or something. Like, okay, here's a very delicious piece of food. If you like it, I'll be here, please. That's what it kind of feels like to me.
So yeah, anyway, that's that.